I was skeptical about this one, like, seriously skeptical. I mean, I've seen mini PCs before, but this ASUS NUC 13 Pro looks like a toaster that somehow runs Windows 11. I kept thinking, how can something this small handle actual work? But then I plugged it in, and honestly, it surprised me. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been using it for about 3 weeks now, mostly for video editing, Zoom calls, and running a few virtual machines at once. And yeah, it handles all of that without breaking a sweat. The 13th Gen Intel Core i5 inside isn't just for show, it's fast. I was rendering a 10-minute 4K video the other day, and it finished in about half the time it takes my old desktop. That's not just convenient, it's a real time saver when you're on a deadline. Now, the memory and storage setup is where this thing really shines. It comes with 64 GB of RAM and a 1 TB PCIe SSD. I've got Chrome open with 30 tabs, a couple of Lightroom edits running, Slack in the background, and Spotify playing, all at the same time, and it's still smooth. I even tried running a virtual Windows 11 machine inside it for testing software, and it didn't even blink. If you're someone who multitasks or works with large files, this is a game, well, not a game changer, but definitely a productivity booster. One of the coolest features for me is the quad display setup. It has dual HDMI 2.1 ports and dual Thunderbolt 4 ports. I hooked it up to two 4K monitors and a 1440p ultra-wide, and everything just worked. No lag, no weird scaling issues, just 4 screens running at full resolution. If you're into design, coding, or just need a ton of screen real estate without a massive tower, this is perfect. I've even seen people use it for live streaming with multiple cameras and overlays, and it keeps up just fine. Connectivity is another area where this mini PC doesn't cut corners. It's got Wi-Fi 6E, which means faster and more stable wireless speeds, especially if you've got a modern router. I live in an apartment with a lot of Wi-Fi interference, but this thing stays connected without dropping. Plus, Bluetooth 5.3 is great for wireless keyboards, mice, or headphones. And if you're still using wired internet, there's a built-in RJ45 port for a stable gigabit connection. No excuses for laggy video calls here. The design is something I didn't expect to care about, but it's actually really smart. It's ultra-compact, about the size of a paperback book, but it stands upright like a tiny tower. That means it doesn't take up desk space like a full-sized desktop, but it's still stable. I've moved it around a few times, and it's not going anywhere. Plus, it looks professional enough to sit in an office without looking out of place. Now, I'll be honest, it's not perfect. The fan does get a little loud under heavy load. It's not obnoxious, but if you're in a quiet room doing something demanding, you'll hear it. Also, while the Thunderbolt ports are great, they are on the back, so if you're using a lot of peripherals, cable management might get a little messy. But honestly, those are minor quirks for a machine this capable. Overall, the ASUS NUC 13 Pro is a solid choice if you need a powerful, compact computer that doesn't take up your whole desk. It's fast, it's expandable, and it handles real work without slowing down. Whether you're a creative professional, a remote worker, or just someone who wants a reliable machine in a small package, this is worth considering. If you're curious, check out the full specs in the description. I'll leave a link below so you can see it for yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. For most buyers, the real question is not whether ASUS NUC 13 Pro mini desktop computer, new tall version AI PC for business and home, latest 13th Gen Intel Core i5-13420H, 64GB RAM, 1TB PCIe SSD, 2x HDMI plus 2x Thunderbolt, Wi-Fi 6E, RJ45, Windows 11 sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like 13th Gen Intel Core i5 performance powered by the 13th Gen Intel and massive memory, and storage expansion designed for demanding actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off.